Hey everyone, it's Jack here, TalkNorwichCity. I hope you're all doing very well indeed. I suspect you are after a really fantastic away win at Blackpool on Saturday. A truly wonderful away support going up there. It's about a 5-hour trip. There were no trains all day due to train strikes. And the Canaries faithful travelled in numbers. It was loud. They were proud. The drum was out. It looked like a spectacular day. So to all of you that made that trip, well done. And a big well done to Dean Smith and his players who got over the line with a 1-0 win. Teemu Pukki scoring one-on-one. The amount of times we've said that this season. A big thank you to BetMate who continue to sponsor our preview content this season. I actually won the league on Saturday. Threw together some some players. I thought I had a good chance. A little bit of luck here and there, but I did win it. We go again on Tuesday night against Reading. Here's the league. It's only £1 to enter this week, and there is a guaranteed £50 payout. You pick your 7-a-side team from the Tuesday night championship fixtures, and it's fantasy football based scoring. Points for goals, clean sheets, tackles, assists, you name it. BetMate have got it. Chris's team and my team are on screen and go up against us and other TNC fans. Best of luck. You have to be 18 or over to play. Lots of you love BetMate. So do we. Really impressive victory against Blackpool, as I say. I don't think Blackpool probably have got the same jubilance as they did under their former manager, but they don't look a bad side, actually, and I do expect them to stay up this season. 22 shots Norwich had. Once again, we are battering teams in terms of the shot count. Granted, Blackpool had 17, I think, on Saturday, but the amount of times this season that Norwich have put up more than 16, 17 shots, 20 plus shots, again on this occasion, is quite frankly ridiculous. And Norwich will continue to win games if they create chances at the amount they are at the moment. So that's incredibly pleasing. Great to see Teemu Pukki on the score sheet again. He's just clinical from that range, isn't he? Really, really impressive performance from Marcelino Núñez, who is starting to really mould himself into a really special player. I'm still slightly concerned with the amount he gives the ball away, but I think that's probably the nature of Núñez. I think over time, with a bit more experience of the Championship, he maybe won't do that so much, and as he grows as a player, but a really fantastic asset, and certainly the signing of the summer. And a shout out for Ramsey as well. Aaron Ramsey, I've been really impressed with since he's come in. I didn't expect him to be starting football matches, and I think if you ask a lot of people now, he's probably one of the first names on that team sheet. He's incredibly intelligent. I think he's got a better final ball than Onel Hernandez. His runs are really good. I think he complements our forward players nicely. So I just wanted to give Ramsey a nod, because I think some people aren't talking about him as much as they maybe should be in good terms. So it's Reading on Tuesday night. Really looking forward for these midweek games back. I must say as well, the watch-alongs are returning. We will be live at 10 to 8 on this YouTube channel. We would love for you to join us. We had such fun over the lockdown period with the watch-alongs, and we're bringing them back. We will do one this Tuesday against Reading, 10 to 8 on the YouTube channel. Join us and let's have some fun. Reading, certainly the surprise package of this season. I think most people had them up as relegation certainties. You looked at their squad, you looked at their form last season, it looked like there was a bit of uncertainty surrounding the football club. They looked like relegation bankers. Now that may still happen, but at the moment they look more likely to get promoted. They're third in the table, they've picked up 21 points, they've won as many games as we have. A joint top in the league. It's us, Sheffield United and Reading have all won 7 games. They're 2 points behind us. The funny thing with Reading is they have a -2 goal difference, yet they're third in the table. It's funny how this works. I think much like ourselves, they've had a fairly easy run in terms of fixtures up until this point. I'd say their 2 hardest games have been against Sunderland and Sheffield United. They've lost that to a combined 7-0. They lost 4-0 to Sunderland, 3-0 to Sheffield United. So, look, Reading, I think, are there to get at. I think there are probably a few false league positions at the moment. Down in the bottom, you'd say that Middlesbrough and West Brom will pick up and finish higher than they are at the moment. And no disrespect to Reading, because I think they must be respected for where they've got to and what they've achieved already this season, but I can't imagine they'll be in the playoffs. So if you're neutral looking at the table, expecting us to get a really tough game on Tuesday. I maybe wouldn't expect that. I think Reading will be easier than some of the teams we've played this season. With that being said, they've got some really dangerous players. Lucas João has scored a decent amount of goals at this level. They've got Andy Carroll playing for them up front, which is quite amusing. They've got Ince in the middle. They've got some talent in there. And Norwich have to be up for this, and they have to be awake. And I think if we give up the amount of chances we did against Blackpool, against Reading, they will probably take a couple. So we need to be tighter. And I think the concern for me is still the midfield. The amount I've said this season, it just can't be underestimated. We need a defensive midfielder in there. I think Kenny McLean was far better against Blackpool. Nearly scored on a couple of occasions, didn't he? And I think Dean Smith is starting to figure out what kind of player Kenny McLean can be for him. But in terms of ball-winning midfielders, we don't really have them, and I think that leaves us exposed sometimes. And I suspect Reading and other Championship teams we come up against over the next few weeks will look to exploit that as well. Now, you do have Liam Gibbs returning to the fold, which is pleasing, and I wouldn't be surprised if he maybe got into the starting lineup. You've got Dimitri Yanoulis hopefully returning soon from injury as well. So pleasing news on the injury front. Look, I think that we'll win this game. I think we're still being underestimated, mainly by our own fans, it seems. It feels as if the neutrals are quite excited and impressed with us. But I'm still seeing a lot of pessimism from Norwich fans, and I think it surrounds Dean Smith. And I don't quite understand it, because we've been versatile. We've put in different types of performances. We've won games by big margins, by small margins. We've scored different types of goals. I've been really happy with what I've seen this season. And I know that people will say, well, Jack, we haven't had a proper test yet. I disagree. We've gone to Sunderland. We've beaten them. We haven't lost at home to West Brom. We've pushed teams aside that have caused issues for other teams. We 8 unbeaten. I mean, we're on a fantastic run of form. And I think we will probably know more come the end of October, but I expect us to be in a very similar position to what we are now. So I think my message is enjoy the moment, soak it up, be excited for the wins, be optimistic for the future. And I really do think we've got one of the best managers in the Championship at this football club. So Reading on Tuesday, I think we'll win. And I'm really looking forward to it. I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments section below. Let me know how you're feeling going into it. If you're going, safe trip. And I'll see you all again tomorrow, Tuesday, for the watch along. If you're not going to the game, join us. 2 screens set up. We'd love to see it. Thanks very much for watching, and I'll see you all again very soon. Bye bye.